I'll have a brief look at Will Smith's speech after the rock incident.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Wow. Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Is Smith really apologizing? If so, who is he apologizing to? And which linguistic strategies does he use to gain sympathy? If it's your first visit to this channel, welcome. I analyze the language of criminals and media personalities. Sometimes they're the same people. Subscribe for more video updates. Leave a comment to let me know what you think of this speech, not to mention the reactions from the audience. First, we note how Smith quote-unquote romanticizes what he did to Rock. He does so by speaking about Richard, his character in King Richard, in positive terms. The whole time he's alluding to the Rock incident.
Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family.
The vowel stress on defender makes this noun the syntactic emphasis in the sentence. It's a word with positive connotations, and he spends 2 seconds on finding it. Also, this is called association. Association is when a speaker makes it sound like they're not alone in feeling or thinking a certain way. In this case, association is used to share the responsibility or blame. He channels his reaction through the character he plays, as if they're one and the same, at least for the time being and for as long as it's convenient.
In this time in my life, in this moment, I am overwhelmed by what God is calling on me to do and be in this world.
His pauses, even within the same sentences, indicate extreme internal stress. First, he appealed to Richard, now he appeals to God, the highest possible authority, and it's presupposed in his statement that God is on his side. Next, he repeats the verb protect, which is similar to defender. Again, using a word like this indirectly ascribes positive characteristics to Smith, and again, this speaks to the Rock incident.
Making this film, I got to protect Ingenue Ellis, who was one of the strongest, most delicate people I've ever met. I got to protect Sanaya and Demi, the 2 actresses that played Venus and Serena.
Now, Smith combines the 2 things he's appealed to. 1, being a defender and protector, and 2, appealing to God, acting as if his actions serve a higher cause. Notice how he says he's called to protect. This is extreme association, as if he's not merely acting by himself, but that his actions are part of a bigger plan.
I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people.
He doesn't simply say he loves people and protects people. He says he's being called on to do these things. The word choice, I'm being called on, is passive voice, exactly as if he's merely acting the way he's called to act. This word choice, combined with referring to himself as a river, speak volumes about his self-perception. And with the Rock incident in mind, it's a linguistic attempt to remove responsibility from himself. Also, he uses self-praise to instruct the audience on how he wants them to perceive him. especially in light of what he's just done. Next, the association continues. Rather than speaking about himself using the personal pronoun I, he speaks on behalf of all celebrities, using the pronouns you and we.
Now, I know to do what we do, you got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay.
When he says,
and you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay.
This is an appeal to everybody in the room, calling them to recognize themselves in Smith, and maybe even recognize themselves in his outburst. Because there's no one who likes to pretend that something wrong is okay. Also, the way he says it instructs the audience on how they should feel about it too, that it's actually wrong to pretend like disrespect is okay. Next, the self-praise continues, and the audience is clearly confused on how to react.
But Richard Williams, and what I loved, thank you, D, it's like, I want to be a vessel for love. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena. I just spit. I hope they didn't see that on TV. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for entrusting me with your story. That's what I want to do. I want to be an ambassador of that kind of love and care and concern.
Next, we observe how Smith can no longer contain the incident in his mind. It's been in the back of his mind this whole time. His own language has revealed as much, but now it's out in the open. He starts apologizing, and we should note how he does it.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees.
In apologies, we expect a clear reference to what's being apologized for, even though it's obvious what he's apologizing for. The fact that he doesn't refer to the specific incident, and the fact that he doesn't apologize to Rock, speak volumes about his state of mind. He's still too emotional and upset at this point in time to really focus on what he did. Also, it's made clear that his previous statements about himself, who he considers himself to be, what he's allegedly being called to do, and Richard Williams as a defender, all spoke to the Rock incident. He was trying to portray himself in the best light possible in light of what happened. Next, he actually calls himself a light to people.
This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach and Sanaya and Demi and Ingenue and the entire cast and crew of King Richard and Venus and Serena, the entire Williams family.
In the following, Smith again associates with Richard, trying to gain people's sympathy by making them laugh.
Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things.
Love will make you do crazy things, he says. Again, he doesn't use the pronoun I. Instead, he generalizes with you, which is distancing. And also, he says this as if everybody should be able to identify with what he just did, even though it's wrong.
To my mother, a lot of this moment is really complicated for me, but to my mother, she didn't want to come out. She had her knitting friends. She has a knitting crew that she's in Philly watching with. Being able to love and care for my mother and my family, my wife. I'm taking up too much time. Hope the Academy invites me back. Thank you.
Subscribe to the channel for more videos about language use in many different kinds of conversations and interviews. Thanks for your time.